Yo, what is up, guys? This is Troy D from the Troy D 24/7 Mall channel, your source for on point and no hype reviews. We are back again, everybody. We're back with another fragrance review right here, guys. And today I will be talking about a fragrance from the house of Amouage that a lot of y'all requested for me to do here in this channel, to give this fragrance a no hype treatment. And what's interesting about this fragrance is that this fragrance came out back in 2019, and I've actually reviewed most of its counterparts in the library collection, but I guess the hype is up on this one right now. I mean, you can never really guess what happens in FragCom, so let's talk about this one. Let's go. Now, before I continue, please do not forget to like and subscribe, guys, okay? Liking, subscribing, and watching the ads is a great big deal to this channel. Guys, we're actually almost halfway to 24K. Isn't that cool? I mean, I don't think we're gonna reach 24K by the end of 2024. Who knows? But if we do, that's thanks to y'all. So please continue all your support, guys. If this is the first time you've been on the channel, we have over 700 no hype videos on a lot of stuff right here. And if you are interested in, requesting, just like this one, if you want to request a review on a fragrance that you think should be given a no hype treatment, please comment below and I'll get at it. Thank you very much for all your support. And the fragrance that we'll be talking about today is none other than Amouage Opus 12 Rose Incense. Yes, Amouage Opus 12 Rose Incense. And this one right here, like I said, was a pretty demanded fragrance, because I guess right now the hype is up on this one. Again, you can never tell. You could have a fragrance that came out back in 2019 and then now 2024, it's getting famous. It's getting popular, guys. All right. So again, this was requested of me, and I found this sample actually lying around all these other samples that I got from Amouage not too long ago. And as you all know, I reviewed most of the other fragrances in the library collection, namely Royal Tobacco, King Blue. We did those, Silver Oud, and again, we're here at Rose Incense. Now, what is up with this fragrance? For me, rose is definitely one of those notes, especially with incense. They go together a lot. But the thing is, for me, like, this is very redundant at this stage, at least for me, guys. I have reviewed and tried so many rose incense fragrances that if you ask me what's the best, I just be like, oh, try all of them and just go with what you think you like. All right, because there's really there's a lot of redundancy, and so that's probably one of the reasons why I glossed over this one. That's one of those reasons why I didn't really look into it. I didn't even try it. I was like, I don't think people would really be interested in this. But like I said, the interest is high on this one, primarily because there are some twists that Amouage made on this rose incense scent that I can't wait to talk to you guys about. Let's go spray this thing right now. Here we go. Okay, guys, now let's talk about this fragrance right here, Amouage Opus 12 Rose Incense. And man, I gotta say, it is a cold morning here in LA, probably 50s outside, and this is perfect for this kind of morning weather right here in LA, guys. Let's talk about this stunning opening of this fragrance. Probably the big reason why a lot of y'all are hyping this up right now. Right here in the opening, you've got rose water, you got incense, you got LME resin, and then you've got this nice slight ink note as well in this fragrance. Now, I gotta say that this opening really is pretty stunning, okay? The thing about these fragrances that actually tell you what the title is and, give you what to expect is that, it's kind of like a double-edged sword. Part of it is like, okay, now you expect that. Like what happened with me, right? I kind of glossed over it because I was like, rose incense. Again, there's a lot of them already. But then it also provides you an opportunity to try something that maybe they did a twist on. And the big twist right here in the opening is a very strong LME resin note that's really very masculine, all right? You have this like piney, fresh, coniferous type of note right here with the LME resin that creates it as a gent scent, really gives a gent scent formula to this opening. And it's flanked by, okay, so this is really what explains why it's so masculine. You have LME resin, and then on top of that, the incense note right here, to me, resembles the dry, woody sauna smell. All right, dry, woody sauna smell, plus piney coniferous, guys, plus incense. I mean, my first reaction to this when I first tried it, I was like, this is like a fresh incense? What the hell? Like a fresh gent scent incense? That's what I got, guys. All right. So again, you got woody, dry, sauna-like smell, plus coniferous, piney, elemi resin. And then you've got this really subliminal ink note. I won't say it's like really strong, but you have a subliminal ink note that really changes the smell. It mixes in with these woody, dry, fresh, piney elements to really create a beautiful masculine intro right here, that even if there was rose water, and it is rose water, okay, in the intro, the rose comes in subtly, but it's not that strong yet, but it's there. You know, there's rose, there's dry woods, there's piney, there's coniferous. It really creates what I would say is a really legit masculine rose intro. Now, this intro, I think, will definitely appeal to those connoisseurs, those that want to appear as complex, high-taste individuals, because, again, this twist is pretty amazing, but it still retains the sensuality of incense and rose, okay? But retains also that masculinity, that gentlemanliness as you are wearing this fragrance. And again, with the backdrop of cold weather, I mean, I felt like, man, this is truly, truly amazing. And let's talk about the initial sillage and projection of this one. So this one right here, a lot of people are saying is beast mode, okay? And some are even comparing this to The Night by Frederick Malle. Well, the thing is, guys, The Night was actually pretty invasive in its strength. And I did review that. If you want to go through The Night, I have that review. But this one right here, guys, is actually subtle. And I think that this one is more magnetizing to the user. It's more of a draw-in because of these beautiful smells that come out right of the opening from the incense and the rose water, like I said, and the gentlemanliness. I really feel like it is a strong, consistent aura scent that, yes, may project stronger than expected, but it is not invasive. All right. So again, you're coming into it as a classy, gentlemanly man with complex tastes. Maybe you like art. Maybe you like certain classic cars, and you are a complex individual. That's what it gives, guys, from the get-go. I gotta say, it is stunning. Okay, so now let's head into the mid of this fragrance, Amouage Opus 12 Rose Incense. And I would say within 45 minutes, the rose does take the spotlight. All right, so that's quite a nice coverage of that masculine intro. Like I said, almost an hour into it, the rose takes the spotlight. All right, now into the mid, I would say 2 to 3 hours into the fragrance, guys. So you got a really nice coverage of that intro. The incense actually changes. All right, I do believe that it is a different type of incense in the mid of this fragrance versus the intro. The intro had this dry sauna smell, like I said, partly smoky, but this mid of Opus 12 was actually more of like a camphorous tea tree type of scent. And there are incense notes that smell like this. All right, so it's kind of like a tea tree camphorous smell, still smoky, like I said, but when paired with the rose, guys, it actually smells masculine as well. The continuation, I would say, is more masculine, continues the masculine trend of rose incense, guys. Now, the thing is, I gotta say, is that this part here is the redundant, maybe a redundant part of this fragrance, and this is the most long-lasting part. So what happens here is, again, you have the intro, which is stunning and unique and gentlemanly, and then it settles into really a rose incense, slightly camphorous type of mid, and that lasts for quite a while within the mid, guys. So again, this is that redundancy part. If you own a lot of rose, some dark rose or rose incense scents, maybe this is the part where some people are saying, oh, they're yawning, oh, this is the same as my other fragrances. I get it, you know, but again, can't discount that intro because it was lovely. The mid, I think, is for all. It's not just for those that are looking for something new. For those that just simply love rose incense, guys, still continues the gentlemanliness. I think this is still pretty damn good. Now, and also in the mid, at the latter mid, bridging into the dry down, Amouage added suederol, which is a nice accord, a nice combination of suede and leather. Sensual leather and comforting suede in one accord in the end of the mid. So again, here in this fragrance, you get a nice rose incense. The incense has this like tea tree smell, like I said, slightly camphorous with a really prominent rose. Nothing new with that. But then towards the end, you've got a really nice, comforting, like suede note, kind of like musk suede note with some slight sensual leather, guys. I like this suederol at the end because finally, you know, they gave me another twist. You know, this fragrance to me, it kept me on my toes because of the unique intro. Kind of the same, you know, rose incense mid, but then suederol changed the game at the end, guys. And actually, this suederol accord helped provide a dark, sensual ending to this fragrance, all right? Because here at the dry down, guys, you got myrrh, you got sandalwood, you got cedarwood, you got vanilla. And to be honest, to me, it felt like a dark patchouli style ending. I mean, something that is in a lot of rose fragrances. They usually end up with, you know, dark musk, patchouli, that kind of ending. And I guess this is somewhat of a combination with the woodiness of the cedarwood and the sandalwood. But then again, that suederol is the one that creates that dark leather, that comforting suede towards the end. Again, it's a beautiful add-on to this fragrance. And then you have some slight vanilla, slight vanilla towards the end. But it really felt like dark and woody and sensual, leathery, slightly leathery towards the ending and comforting. So this dry down, I feel, is really nice, and it was placed correctly with the nice notes because at the end it gets even more sensual. Okay, so what is my opinion on Amouage Opus 12 Rose Incense, guys? This fragrance, I like it for a handful of reasons, all right? And number one reason I like it is that this is actually a gentleman's, well, connoisseur gentleman's rose scent, all right? And there are other rose scents in the market, guys. Like I said, there's a lot of redundancy, but a lot of those rose scents actually require you to compromise with unisex land. Like some of them smell partly feminine, but this one right here, at least creatively, Amouage ensured that you would get that dry sauna type smell in the intro with the LME resin. And then in the mid, they gave you kind of like a camphorous style incense. And then towards the end, the suederol, right? And the woods. So this one right here, I would say start to finish, very good for men. If you don't think so, then I don't know what else you need. Maybe you need some rum or a heavier leather. But to me, I think, you know, for most people, this will be a very nice, gentlemanly, masculine rose. The aforementioned notes, as well as these accords that they placed, really ensure that this is somewhat of a different rose scent. All right. And there's just, you know, for some people, there's the psychology that we just don't want to smell like everyone else. All right. And that's a debate that will continue to happen in the fragrance community. Some people are saying, so what? Just smell good like everyone else. But there's just some people, like I said, that want to smell different. They want to smell unique. They don't want what everyone has. And I would say that this one, in terms of rose incense fragrances, will definitely set you apart from most other people that have rose. And also, I'd say the composition of this fragrance is not too exotic, or there's nothing here that's unwearable, which is probably why this is a hit in the mainstream right now. That's why the guys are loving this thing right now. The fact that there's nothing in this fragrance that's remotely exotic or crazy that, you know, people will be offended by what you're wearing, kind of like oud or maybe cypriol. And, you know, like I said, the incense here either smells like a dry sauna or smells like camphorous tea tree. All right, so none of those notes, even down to the incense, they're not offensive. Matter of fact, the notes really gel well with each other, creating this very solid scent. Now, usage-wise, obviously, this fragrance right here was made for the winter. And man, right here, it is 50s outside, maybe even high 40s. And I'm loving it. I'm loving wearing this right now with this kind of weather, cold outside. And I will probably wear this sample to death, or maybe even get a bigger sample, because I would like to wear this in the winter season. 100% winter weather. I would love to go autumn in New York with this one, or autumn in LA, but autumn in New York would be the best with this one. And of course, again, this is a gentlemanly scent. I feel like, you know, mainly this could be a nighttime scent, But I think really classiness and being a complex individual, this can be carried everywhere at any time of the day. This scent to me by default is an upscale grabber, but I feel like once you try it and if you really like it and it's cold outside wherever you are in the world, this might be really an everyday scent or even a signature scent. That's it. I rarely say that, but this could be a signature scent. It's very comforting in the cold weather, but also provides some masculinity, some classiness. So I really believe it that a lot of people will really like this, and I guess that's why the hype is up on this one. Now let's look into the price of this fragrance, guys. I'm looking at the updated numbers right here. By default, Neiman Marcus style, this one right here is $380. However, because this fragrance came out in 2019, we're looking at cheaper numbers elsewhere. I'm seeing 200 on other discounters. And I'm not even adding maybe some people that are selling, you know, bottles that they already used, or secondary market users. Okay, so you can get this for as low as $200 for a bottle. Okay, and I would say that this is truly worth, if it's 200, it's worth 200. If you're planning to buy retail at $380, I think it's also worth it. But of course, try this first. Get one of these. I'm sure they are selling this at nothing at this point. Or you can probably get free samples with the other library collection stuff. And, you know, compared to the other library collection fragrances, there's a lot really, and they're all different. And so really, I liked, you know, Royal Tobacco. I think that Silver Oud is kind of like more for the connoisseurs of fragrances. And so is King Blue. Those aren't really like mainstream. I'd say Royal Tobacco is the most mainstream. I haven't tried the other ones after that. But this one right here is the one that really bridges mainstream and the connoisseurs. This one right here, Rose Incense. Only way that you shouldn't try it is if you are not a rose guy and you're not an incense guy. That's it. You don't like any of these, then don't try it. Skip, go to the next. But if you are interested in rose and incense, I feel like this is a solid scent that I think a lot of people will really, really like. And finally, let's talk about total performance on this fragrance, guys. And a lot of people are saying this is a beast mode fragrance. No, this is not beast mode. It's just thick and consistent. All right, down the line, down to over 12 hours. I wouldn't say that it was like beastly and conquering, you know, although some people will smell you. But I feel like this is designed for the cold weather to really be consistent all the way as the cold weather does come in, or maybe even snow. All right, because this one has comforting facets. Really warm, comforting facets from just the woody incense down the line to, you know, the suederol, the suede, the leather, the woods. They're comforting notes that, in my opinion, are just strong, as well as the rose water is actually consistent here. But I wouldn't say it's invasive. And again, like I said, over 12 hours on this one, more so designed for the cold weather, for your comfort. And that is it. That is my no hype review on this fragrance right here, Amouage Opus 12 Rose Incense. I'm happy to review this, and thank you again for many of y'all who have commented and, you know, requested this one. And I want more of those guys, all right? I mean, you guys and gals are my ear to the streets. I've been getting requests nowadays, and if it's not here and it should be here, again, comment below and let me know what I need to look for. And we do have a lot of fragrances coming out over the next few weeks. We've got some unreleased fragrances that are coming out next year, and fragrances that are just coming out right now. If you are a decanter of such fragrances, hit me up on Instagram or Facebook. I would like to work with you so we can really provide everyone with no hype reviews on these new fragrances, guys. All right, so let me know in the comments below what y'all think of this fragrance. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Was this redundant for you, or was this refreshingly different? Let me know in the comments below. And again, please do not forget to like and subscribe. I will see you guys and gals on the next video. God bless. Take care. Peace.